Hey, what's up everyone, Sean here, and welcome to another new video with a bunch of random facts about different things. Now in this video we're going to be going through a bunch of random facts about pianos. As a preface, as always, I always pull these facts and source them from Google for accuracy and for sourcing for that part of it. If I cannot pronounce a word, I will do my best to spell it out for you guys, or just to pronounce it the best I can for you guys. And again, as always, some of these or many of these may be common knowledge to some of you or many of you, but as always, it's all about learning. That's what these videos are for, is to just learn as much as you can with every each video. So without further ado, let's go and get into a bunch of random facts about pianos. Here we go. The piano was invented around 1700 by Bartolomeo Cristofori in Florence, Italy. Cristofori originally called his invention a gravissimo sul piano e forte. I'm going to butcher that all the way through. That name essentially means harpsichord with soft and loud. The word piano is short for pianoforte. Piano means soft in Italian. Forte means loud in Italian. Unlike a harpsichord, a piano can play different dynamics depending on how hard the key is struck. The first pianos were considerably quieter than modern concert grands. Cristofori built pianos with mechanisms that were surprisingly sophisticated for their time. Only a small number of Cristofori's original pianos survive today. A modern piano typically has 88 keys. There are 52 white keys on a standard piano. There are 36 black keys. The 88 key standard became widespread during the late 19th and early 20th centuries. Some historical pianos had fewer than 88 keys. Some modern experimental pianos have more than 88 keys. The lowest standard piano note is A0 or A0, I'm not sure. The highest standard piano note is C8. A standard piano has a range of more than 7 octaves. The frequency of A4 is normally 440 Hz in modern standard tuning. A piano key doesn't directly produce sound by itself. Pressing a key causes a small hammer to strike a string. The hammer then rapidly moves away from the string. This allows the string to vibrate freely after being struck. Excuse me. The mechanism that transfers the key's movement to the hammer is called the action. Piano actions contain dozens of small moving parts. A modern grand piano action can contain thousands of individual components. Piano hammers are generally covered with felt. The felt affects the tone of the piano. Hard hammer felt generally produces a brighter sound. Piano strings are made primarily from high carbon steel. The bass strings are usually wound with copper wire. Bass strings are thicker than treble strings. The lowest piano strings can be extremely long and thick. The highest strings are much thinner. A piano string can be under enormous tension. The total tension of all the strings in a large piano can reach tens of thousands of pounds. A concert grand can have well over 200 strings. Many piano notes use more than one string. Most middle and upper register notes use 3 strings per note. The strings vibrate against a wooden structure called the soundboard. Excuse me. The soundboard helps amplify the strings' vibrations. Without the soundboard, an acoustic piano would be much quieter. The soundboard is usually made from carefully selected spruce. Piano soundboards are designed to flex slightly. The large wooden frame inside a grand piano is part of its acoustic system. Modern pianos also contain a substantial cast iron frame. The iron frame helps withstand the tremendous tension of the strings. Early pianos did not have the massive cast iron frames used today. The cast iron frame became especially important during the 19th century. A grand piano's strings run roughly horizontally. An upright piano's strings run roughly vertically. Grand pianos generally have longer strings than uprights. Longer strings can contribute to a richer bass response. The largest concert grands can be more than 9 feet long. The Steinway D concert grand is about 8 feet 11 inches long. Some concert grands are even larger than 9 feet. A typical studio upright may be around 45 to 52 inches tall. A baby grand is generally shorter than a full-size grand. Baby grand isn't a precise standardized size category. A piano's wooden case doesn't merely serve as decoration. Different woods are used for different structural and cosmetic purposes. Piano cabinets are often finished with lacquer or polyester. High gloss black is one of the most common piano finishes. Mahogany, walnut, and ebony finishes have also been popular. Some pianos have elaborate decorative veneers. Historical pianos can have extremely ornate cases. Some antique pianos were designed as pieces of furniture. Certain 18th century pianos had elaborate legs and carved decorations. Some historical pianos were built into unusual furniture forms. The three pedals on a modern grand piano are typically una corda, sostenuto, and sustain. The sustain pedal is usually on the right. The sostenuto pedal is usually in the middle. The una corda pedal is usually on the left. The sustain pedal allows strings to continue vibrating after keys are released. The sustain pedal also allows other strings to vibrate sympathetically. The una corda pedal changes the hammer's position relative to the strings. On many grand pianos, una corda literally means one string. The sostenuto pedal allows selected notes to be sustained while later notes remain unaffected. Not every piano has three functional pedals. Many upright pianos use a practice or muffler pedal instead of sostenuto. The middle pedal on upright varies considerably between manufacturers. Some upright middle pedals can lock into position. A locked middle pedal can greatly reduce the piano's volume. This can be useful for practicing late at night. Some modern pianos have four pedals. Pedal configurations aren't completely universal. Skilled pianists use pedals as part of musical phrasing. Pedaling can dramatically change the character of a piece. Incorrect pedaling can make music sound muddy. Piano tuning is normally performed by adjusting the tension of the strings. A piano can contain more than 200 strings. Each string has to be tuned to a specific pitch relationship. Piano tuners use a specialized tuning lever. Piano tuning is an extremely skilled profession. A piano's pitch can change with temperature and humidity. Changes in humidity can affect the wooden components. Many professional pianists have their instruments tuned regularly. Concert pianos may be tuned immediately before important performances. Piano strings are not tuned purely according to simple mathematical frequency ratios. Modern piano tuning commonly uses equal temperament. Equal temperament divides the octave into 12 equal semitones. Each semitone has a frequency ratio of approximately 2 to the power of 1/12, if I'm reading that right. This allows music to be played in all keys without retuning. Pure mathematical intervals can sound slightly different from equal tempered intervals. Piano tuners often use stretch tuning. Stretch tuning slightly raises high notes and lowers low notes relative to the theoretical equal temperament. Stretching helps compensate for characteristics of real piano strings. Different pianos can require slightly different tuning approaches. Piano strings exhibit a property called inharmonicity. Inharmonicity means that their overtones aren't perfectly aligned with whole number multiples of the fundamental frequency. Thick strings generally have greater inharmonicity. Inharmonicity is one reason piano tuning is more complicated than tuning a theoretical string. It also contributes to the characteristic sound of a piano. Piano notes contain many frequencies besides the fundamental. These additional frequencies are called partials or overtones. The mixture of partials strongly affects a piano's timbre. Two pianos playing the same note can sound noticeably different. Piano voicing is used to adjust the tonal character of a piano. Voicing is different from tuning. Tuning primarily concerns pitch. Voicing primarily concerns tone quality. Piano technicians can manipulate hammer felt during voicing. Needling the felt can make certain hammers softer. Hardening treatments can make hammer surfaces brighter. Voicing is partly a matter of technician judgment. Concert pianists can have a piano voice to suit a particular hall. Different musical styles may benefit from different tonal characteristics. A bright piano can project strongly in a large hall. The largest piano manufacturer in the world by volume has historically been Yamaha. Yamaha is a Japanese company. Excuse me. Yamaha makes both acoustic and digital pianos. Kawai is another major Japanese piano manufacturer. Steinway and Sons was founded in New York in 1853. Steinway was founded by German-American piano maker Heinrich Engelhard Steinweg and his sons. Steinway and Sons became particularly influential in the development of modern grand pianos. Steinway developed many important piano technologies and design features. The Steinway D is widely used for major concert performances. Many concert halls maintain Steinway, Yamaha, or other professional concert grands. Bösendorfer is an Austrian piano manufacturer. Bösendorfer, I guess, is famous for making unusually large concert grands. Some Bösendorfer models have 97 keys. These extra bass keys extend the keyboard below A0, if that's how you pronounce it, I'm not sure. The additional keys are often colored black to reduce visual confusion. Stewart & Sons has produced pianos with more than 100 keys. Expanded range pianos are relatively rare. Composers can write music specifically for extended range pianos. Extra bass notes can create extremely low frequencies. Some extended range instruments use sympathetic resonance to enrich the bass. And last two here, Beethoven owned and played several different pianos during his life. Beethoven's compositions helped push piano technology forward. He increasingly demanded greater volume and range from instruments. Some of Beethoven's later works were difficult to play on the pianos available during his lifetime. Franz Liszt was famous for his powerful piano technique. Liszt helped popularize the modern concept of the piano virtuoso. Liszt's performances helped establish the piano recital as a major concert format. Friedrich Chopin was particularly associated with the piano. Chopin wrote almost all of his major compositions with piano at the center. Chopin was known for emphasizing subtle tone and expressive control. Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, who wrote extensively for early pianos. Mozart preferred pianos with lighter actions than modern concert grands. Mozart also composed for harpsichord and other keyboard instruments. Johann Sebastian Bach lived before the modern piano became dominant. Bach wrote extensively for keyboard instruments. The piano became increasingly important for after Bach's lifetime. Robert Schumann composed extensively for piano. Clara Schumann was an important 19th century pianist and composer. Clara Schumann was also a major interpreter of her husband's Robert's music. Sergei Rachmaninoff was famous for having exceptionally large hands. Rachmaninoff's hands allowed him to play very large chords. Some Rachmaninoff compositions contain enormous stretches. Not every pianist can comfortably reach the largest chords in his works. Some pianists use rolled chords when a chord is too large to reach. A rolled chord means the notes are played in rapid succession rather than simultaneously. So there's a bunch of fun random facts about pianos. I hope you guys learned something as always. If you did, give me a big thumbs up on the video if you enjoyed it. And of course, subscribe for many more videos about random facts and knowledge of life. Thanks for watching as always, and I will see you all in the next one.